This is hard. Now let's listen to a message from Megan, another granddaughter. For the information of everyone, my mother has 17 grandchildren. Megan is in the States, and she sent a message, which will be read by Ina.
So, Megan is her cousin. Kami pong tatlo ni Nikki. Nikki, me, and Megan are of the same age. So this is her message. Mama has always stood out most in my memory as someone strong. Though she was never very loud-spoken, her words always carried a lot of value, and I always admired how she could command respect with nothing but a stern look, and still offer immeasurable love with the same kind face. Her and Dada's year in the States with us was one of my favorites. We saw snow together for the first time, and that year she sewed me a dress of brilliant, shimmering green for me to wear on Halloween. She cared for us when our parents couldn't, and what an incredible blessing it was to have her wonderful dinners so far away from home. Above all else, her sincerity will be missed the most, with her delicious cooking following a close second. My heart goes out to all my family enduring such a hard time. Love to you all, Megan.
Thank you, Ina, for reading Megan's message. Now, we're going to sing for my mom, her favorite song, actually. The title of the song is No One Ever Cared for Me Like Jesus. And you know what? While we were looking for the lyrics of this song, she actually made it easy for everyone. Because at home, she has a hymnal. And lo and behold, in that hymnal was photocopies of that song. So we didn't have to, look for a shop to have it photocopied. It was all prepared for us. So I'd like to call on the sisters of my mom, Auntie Tel, Auntie Lita, Auntie Evelyn, my sisters Jola and Yasmin, to be accompanied by our uncle, the youngest brother of my mom, Uncle Johnny. Now let's listen to Nikki.
In the mentioned na I'm Nikki, yung isang age ni Again. I'm gonna share to you something na ninulit sa akin. And ito, something very important to me. If you notice yung mga nandito po for the past week, ako po yung nagbabasa ng scripture for the past services. And then, there was one night, I think yesterday, hawak ko na po yung tab ng pastor namin. Tapos, last minute, I decided to use my Bible to read the verse. This Bible po kasi galing kay Mama. And ito po yung share ko sa inyo tonight. This Bible is very special to me for two reasons. First, this is my first personal Bible, not a hand-me-down Bible. Second and more importantly, it came from Mama. Yung story ko nito is, at my church, there's a book table there, and then you can see a lot of books there na hindi lang Bible yung nandun. Pero for like the longest time, yung mga Bibles nandun, and then I saw this shiny metal Bible that I thought was calling out to me. I learned not too long ago that you should change Bibles every 5 years or so. The Bible I had was a hand-me-down from my mom. So I've been using it for 3 years because I only started going to camp around 2004. But my desire for my own Bible, when I learned about that parang rule, prodded me to get one. So I was looking through Bibles, kasi ito yung nakita ko. I fell in love with it because I had never seen anything like this. And then moreover, it wasn't in NIV kasi I wanted to read something else na version. And pagka nakakarinig ako ng ibang version ng Bible, and I said to myself na, oh, that sounds easier to understand, gano'n. So, sabi ko, I prayed, sabi ko, God, I want a new Bible. Pero when I looked at the price, medyo nakaiyak din yung price niya. But then, there was one, after service, nagpunta ako doon, tapos kasama din si Mama nagtitingin ng Bible. Tapos tinitigan ko kung gano'n yung Bible, nakapatong ng gano'n. Tapos, Mama hinted if I wanted something. Tinuro ko yung Bible. Pero kasi nakita ko nga yung price, so parang I was reluctant to point it out, but then sabi niya, sige, tapos nilabasan na yung wallet and then she got it for me. So ako, oh my gosh, it's not even an occasion or anything, but she bought it for me. I'm gonna read to you the dedication on the Bible. Si Dada po yung nagsulat per galing kay Mama. December 30, 2007. To our dear Nikki, this Bible is a personal gift of Mama to you as a reminder of her love for you. I join her in this affection for you in my hope that as you glean the insights in this good book, you shall eventually discover your personal truth. Love you, Mama and Dad. Ayun. Isang natutunan ko sa church yung this is my Bible. I am what it says I am. I have what it says I have. And I can do what it says I can do. This will change my life. And yun, I attribute a really big part of my spiritual growth to Mama because of this Bible. Bago lang po ako nag-change ng Bible. So, 7 plus 5 years, 2012. So, last year lang din po ako nagpabili ng Bible. Pero this Bible really served me well. Ngayon nga, nagulat ako, nakita ko na ganyan na siya. Pero yun nga, isa ko din natutunan, in a sense, yung saying na dirty Bible, clean Bible, dirty heart. In the sense na you use it every day, ganyan, binabasa mo siya, ganyan. So, it's a really used up Bible, pero it served me really well. And even though I have 2 new Bibles, very reliable pa rin yung Bible na to sa akin, and it's really special. I also want to read from here yung perfect testimony of Mama for me. Nagpe-pray ako, tapos sabi ko, God, ano yung sabihin ko? Hindi ko alam yung, like, what I'm supposed to say. So, I want to read to you Proverbs 31, if anybody is familiar with that. Proverbs 31, yung Proverbs 31 woman. Ayan. Verse 10, who can find a virtuous and capable wife? She is more precious than rubies. Her husband can trust her, and she will greatly enrich his life. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. And starting from verse 13, ito po, for yung mga familiar kay Mama, my cousins and my uncles and aunts, ito. She's very apt, I guess, for Mama. She finds wool and flax and busily spins it. She's like a merchant ship, bringing her food from afar. She gets up before dawn to prepare breakfast for the household and plan the day's work for her servant girls. Yeah. And then next, verse 16 to 17, this reminds me of Mama taking care of her garden. She goes to inspect a field and buys it. With her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She is energetic and strong, a hard worker. She makes sure her dealings are profitable. Her lamp burns late into the night. And then, ito po, 19 to 22. To my cousins and I, this is another no-brainer. Mama always loved tailoring clothes for us, be it pajamas or dresses or sweaters and beanies, yung parang pinakita ni Ate Iya kanina. And I really always loved wearing them to camp na terno siya. There was this one time I wore leopard print na pajamas, tapos terno siya. And it was so standout. Tapos sabi ko dun sa mga friends ko na pinahit siya ng lola ko. And 19 to 22, her hands are busy spinning thread, her fingers twisting fiber. She extends a helping hand to the poor, and she opens her arms to the needy. She has no fear of winter for her household, for everyone has warm clothes. 22, pababa. She makes her own bedspreads. She dresses in fine linen and purple gowns. Her husband is well known at the city gates, where he sits with the other civic leaders. She makes belted linen garments and sashes to sell to the merchants. She is clothed with strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. When she speaks, her words are wise, and she gives instructions with kindness. She carefully watches everything in her household and suffers nothing from laziness. Her children stand and bless her. Her husband praises her. There are many virtuous and capable women in the world, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive, and beauty does not last, but a woman who fears the Lord will be greatly praised. Reward her for all she has done. Let her deeds publicly declare her praise. Yan po. This is why I chose this passage po. Sabi ko nung binabasa ko siya, God, when King Solomon wrote this, sabi ko, si Mama ba yung he had in mind? Because it was so apt. Parang ko, walang na lang lagi ng pangalan niya. And I also write, so I always love showing what I write to Mama and Dada. Tapos si Dada, he would always give the technical side, and Mama would read it leisurely to admire it. From the king came the approval, from the queen the spoils. That's all I wanted to share about Mama, and I'm gonna miss her so much.
Thank you, Nikki. Now let's listen to Jenny's message. Jenny is the youngest girl among us in the family, and her message, she's in the States, she couldn't come home, so Jola is going to read her message.
This is from Jenny. Mama was a loving and caring mother and grandmother. As a young child, I didn't realize how crazy it was to have 7 children in the house. Growing up, it was fun to have lots of siblings and knowing that Mama was always there. Now that I am a mom, I would have gone crazy if I had 7 children of my own. When I was about to get married, she not only made my wedding dress, but also painstakingly beaded the whole thing. Walang sinabi ang designer wedding dress. Mine is simply priceless. She flew to Hong Kong with Auntie Ebony when I was about to give birth to my firstborn child, Kyle. She took care of me and guided me on how to take care of my own children. She was more than willing to lend a helping hand in taking care of my children when I was not around. My heart was at peace when she was in charge. When we moved here in the U.S., Mom and Dada came over to help me take care of my family while we were trying to settle down. Aidan, who was almost 4 at that time, remembers Mama's promise of a surprise if he finished all his food at mealtimes. Mama always had a stash of sweets, mainly for that purpose. When I decided to pursue nursing later in life, She reminded me in her very motherly way. Di ba sinabi ko sa'yo noong teenager ka pa, mag-nursing ka na lang. Tigas kasi ng ulo mo eh. And she was right. I should have. I have gained so much confidence and strength in what I do. I especially find it fulfilling caring for my elderly patients. Something that I have wanted to do for Mama. All I wanted was to thank her and hug her one last time. The physical distance between us made this impossible. But now I know she is with me all the time. She is with me when I take care of my children and I take care of my patients. I hug them and touch them as I would have done to her. And I know that she is smiling, saying, magaling.
If you're wondering why Jenny couldn't come home, well, Jenny never changed her citizenship. She wanted to remain a Filipino. And when this happened, it was the only time she realized that her Philippine passport was expired. And it was going to take 2 weeks at least to have it renewed. And so therefore I just told her to remain, just stay there, and just send a message. The next message will come from Rommel, who's also in the States. Well, I'm the eldest, so I have the privilege of commanding my younger siblings. So I told Rommel, just stay there and be with Jenny. So because Jenny is the youngest, she was very, very affected when my mother died. And so I requested Rommel to remain with Jenny to give her support. Oh, by the way, they're watching through internet. So, may I call on Yasmin to read Rommel's message?